who's counting. So if you're coming across my video for the first time and we haven't met, I just want to say I appreciate you and thank you for connecting with me. And I'm looking forward to getting to know a little bit more about you. So for me, my name is Chico. Yes, I just thought today was essential that I do a little bit of an introduction as well as just to mention my key interest and why you probably might be seeing my video is that I'm interested in mindset as well as lifestyle business coaching. So that's what I specialize on a daily basis, coaching people, and mindset keeps coming back to everything. So the topic of today, as you're coming on, whether it's live or on replay, do introduce yourself. I'm forever curious, and I'm also interested in connecting with people, and your views really, really, really matter. Okay, and if you've ever heard the saying, sharing is caring, sharing is loving, that's essential. That's the only way we can grow. So the key topic today is about happiness. And this has been coming to like my mind. Well, yes, it has been coming to my mind. And that's the key topic as well. That happiness itself can only be sourced internally rather than externally. So I was listening to TED Talks today, and I just thought that actually aligned with what I was thinking about and also like what I wanted to share in terms of happiness and why it's so essential. And why it's so important is that happiness itself is something that I myself decided to specialize in terms of developing like a positive mindset. Why it's so important is that it's also like in terms of health. Yeah, so for me, for instance, I developed like a chronic condition and I decided, or for some reason, I just connected with that I needed to have a peace of mind. Hi, Marcel, thank you for joining. So I just decided that it was quite essential for me, especially like with a chronic condition, to have like a peace of mind. So I trained and I disciplined myself in surrounding myself with people who had like a positive outlook in life. Then yesterday I was challenged in a way that I started to think about, oh, I didn't maintain like my challenge because I was like elevating myself to a position where I hadn't expected myself to be in terms of having like a discussion. Then I woke up this morning, I thought, oh, I've actually crossed the line in terms of like where I wanted to be because I had pushed myself to the point that it could have potentially made me become unhealthy. So happiness is so, so, so essential. And it's all in the mind in terms of how you actually can manage it and control it. And it's not actually saying that life circumstances don't happen, but they do happen. But it's actually acknowledging that, what, in terms of having a state of mind, you are the one who is in control. And you can't outsource it from anywhere else. Yeah, there's nobody else who can actually make you happy. A job is not going to be something that can make you happy, for instance. People or relationship cannot make you happy if you actually haven't sourced it or learned within yourself to manage or control it. So there was one person like on TED Talks who asked these three key questions, which I'm also going to ask you, which I thought were very meaningful as well. So the first question was, are you having a good day? So you actually don't need to say it out loud. So if you're waking up today or you're about to go to bed, is to think about, did you have a good day? And if you're waking up in the morning, think about, are you having a good day? Then the second question, why are you having a good day? If you're having a good day. And if you're not having a good day, why are you not having a good day? Then the third question to ask yourself is, tomorrow, would you rather have a good day or bad day? So for instance, tomorrow is going to be Thursday for some. Would you rather have a good day or bad day tomorrow? which is Thursday, or would you rather have a bad day? And then so forth, Friday. Would you rather have a good day or would you rather have a bad day? And you ask yourself that question. So most people would prefer to have a good day. They would prefer to actually be happy. So hello, Mohammed. Thank you for joining. So when you're asking yourself those three key questions, it all leads to nobody would actually pick or choose a day where they would want to be unhappy. Everybody wants to be happy. But most of the times we find that we actually end up sourcing happiness from somewhere else. So for instance, we think, oh, if I get an increase in my income, then I'll be happier. Or if somebody else makes me happy, then I'll be happier. Like when you're in a relationship and it goes on and on like that. So we're feeding off something else that is an external source. So it might also be like, for instance, like if you're listening to the news, most of us, 100% of the time, the news is usually not positive. So we feed off of that. And then we build on this thing where it becomes like a negative energy. Yeah, so practicing positivity also means that, and happiness means that your state of mind and your body becomes a little bit much more healthier. So in my experience, for instance, like with the chronic pain, the more negative energy I add in my life, the likelihood is that I'm going to increase the pain. But the more I attract positive, the likelihood is that my pain would decrease. And that's why I've specialized in this. And I believe that it works in terms of maintaining like a healthy, like well-being overall. And one of the quotes that I actually heard today about happiness, which was so key, was it was something like this. Our mind is like a balloon thrown here and thrown by certain circumstances. So for instance, certain circumstances that come our way, just imagine the balloon floating around. Yeah, so it can be positive, it can be negative. But then it's about how do you consume that information and how does it affect you like as an individual? And can you manage that? And the answer is always yes. It is you as the internal source who has control in terms of how you're going to react to certain situations. So as like I was mentioning earlier, yesterday, I did not manage to control like my own situation. And I started relying like on an external source for like my own happiness until I awoke to it and thought, no, actually, I am in control of how I want to react and how I'm going to react. And I can actually get back to the place of where I have been elevating myself to. And that is to maintain a level of a healthier outlook in life. Yeah, so if any of this is resonating with you and you're trying to have like a positive outlook, or if you're struggling, do feel free to make a comment, introduce yourself, and let me know how you manage like on a daily basis, especially like if you're confronted like with challenging issues. And also I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, what's this positivity thing about, and is it actually realistic? And why should we actually be positive like all the time? So I'm here to say it's not necessarily about being positive all the time, but it's more about relying on your source of happiness. As I think what we tend to, or if you're in this position, is if you're in a position of relying on your job making you happy or relying on external sources, then you find that you actually will not get to where you want to get to in life. Or if you end up blaming other people for making you unhappy, then the likelihood is that this will continue to be cyclical. So you won't get out of that situation. So other people will always be to blame. So you will never have enough opportunity in life to actually start focusing like on the internal and what's going on within you. So this is the work that I do continuously like on myself, and this is the work that I continuously support others to think. Mindset is so essential because mindset leads to engaging with other people in terms of business partnerships, in terms of like who you attract in relationships. So relationships, like if you want to start dating somebody, for instance, if that's something you're looking for, or if you're looking for a lifetime partner, you'll find that you only attract like for like. So if you're happy in your life, then the likelihood is that you gravitate towards somebody you actually want to come into your life. But if you're unhappy and you haven't dealt like with the internal, the likelihood is that you're going to attract somebody who actually is connecting with your vulnerability. So the likelihood in most cases, and I hear people say this to me all the time, is that I have attracted somebody who is, I wasn't even like looking for, and I'm drained and it's all negative. But that's because of where you are in life. Yeah, so it all starts internally, sourcing from like within to make it a healthier, build a healthier outlook like in life. And therefore you build like positive relationships, and then you also find like happiness as well. So feel free to keep comment and feedback to me what how you deal with things as well. So the other thing, as in terms of like a quote that I found, is that external conditions do not provide happiness. Yeah, so in terms of looking for or depending for other people and circumstances other than your own, and leaving it in other people's hands, will actually not elevate you. So the key thing is stop outsourcing. It's like a business. When you outsource your own business, thinking that somebody else will solve it, when you haven't actually researched to find out what is the source or the cause, the root of the issue, then the likelihood is that that person actually won't understand. So the key message of today is source your own happiness from internally and then manage that. So that was also like my own lesson, is that I think, yes, life circumstances happen, but the key thing is to learn from it and then to move from it in order to maintain what you want to attract. Okay, so thank you for the people who have joined me today for like the live session. So it's Marcel and Mohammed. And for anybody else who's joining in, do feel free to introduce yourselves. Bye for now.